This is the 5-4 to 5-5 review. Calculators are not allowed, number 1. So in all 3 of these, we will be answering the question posed by this integral symbol. We're asking, what did I take the derivative of with respect to x that gave me this inside? And all 3 of these terms will be answered using the power rule backwards, which means you're going to add 1 to this exponent and then divide by the new power. So that means we'd have an x to the 3/5 plus 1 is 8/5 divided by 8/5 plus x to the 1/3 plus 1, which is 4/3 divided by 4/3, plus the square root of x is an x to the 1/2, so we will add 1 to that and get a 3/2 divided by 3/2 plus a constant. Now I would not leave it like this on the answer. Instead, I would realize that dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying by its reciprocal. So I'd have 5x to the 8/5 over 8 plus 3x to the 4/3 over 4 plus 2x to the 3/2 over 3 plus c. For the next one, I'm going to have to simplify first because I cannot do the power rule with this piece as an inner function because that would require the power rule backwards. So what I do instead is I multiply this out. So I'll have an x plus 2 root x's plus a 1. And then I'm answering the question, what did I take the derivative of with respect to x that gave me this inside? So again, it's power rule backwards. I will add 1 to the x power of 1, which is x squared over 2. Move through the constant. Now I've got x to the 1/2, so I add 1, divide by 3/2, plus what did I multiply, or excuse me, what did I take the derivative of with respect to x that gave me a 1? That's just an x plus a constant. Now remember, we need to have these plus c's at the end because indefinite integrals are families of functions. So we've got to represent all of them. Again, dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying by its reciprocal. And we're finished. Okay, part 1 or part C. Again, some of you might be tempted to treat this as a product rule and just try to take the antiderivative of that, antiderivative of that, and that would be incorrect. Instead, what you need to do is distribute and rewrite. So we have 2x to the 3/2 minus 3x to the 1/2. Now each term is now viable for answering the question, what did I take the derivative of with respect to x to give me this using the power rule backwards. So we would move through the constant, power rule backwards, I add 1 to the power, divide by the new power, move through the constant, add 1 to the power, divide by the new power, and add c. So simplify. I'll get 4/5 x to the 5/2 plus, I guess the 3's will cancel, so we'll have minus 2x to the 3/2 plus c.